Failed stream. She didn't want to start. How many times I got to press this stupid button? Start. You're not going to believe this, but we left off yesterday at 87.3. Now we're at 86.8. That's a $500 difference. $500 difference. It was the exact same price on Tuesday and Monday. So you can see we're not really going anywhere. That's okay. What do we have? Everyone yell it. Patience. What do we need? Patience, of course. Now, I think I've changed the title of this video so many times because I'm doing deep dives on YouTube titles here. But I think it was why we'll never see a blow off top again, right? That's right. So this is why, and I think it's best represented via film. Why we'll never see a blow off top again. That would be a good is that a great genre song? Here we go. This is why. This is the 2021 Bitcoin bull market for retail. You can see they're climbing over themselves to get to that brass ring of Bitcoin. You can see they're literally dying to get the Bitcoin. Nothing's stopping them. They're just dog piling in. That's retail 2021. Now this is retail 2025. You can see they're not as energetic. Oh, what is that? A meme coin? Oh, now they're going for the meme coin. They were coming, not a lot of them, not like these guys. This is 2021, remember. Head over fist. Is that it? Head over heels, head over fist, going crazy for that Bitcoin. You can barely get it. You know, they can't get that Bitcoin, but they're going to die trying getting to Bitcoin. 2025. Whoa, poop coin. So to a certain degree, I guess this is what some, legacy Austrian economists would call a misallocation of capital. If you, whatever retail is here right now, poop coin. You can see it. That shiny poop coin took all of them down. Now, just to reiterate, 2021, that's retail. You remember it, right? I remember it. I remember the retail in 2021. I was at the retail. Head over fist. I remember telling everyone, "Oh man, you gotta. What are you doing? You gotta get into what? No. I didn't take that. What? Blah, 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 blah. And then this is 2025. Whoa, poop coin. But we'll see. Can this 2025 turn into 2021 retail? Yeah, I think so. I think it can, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of price movement, maybe into the hundreds of thousands of dollars to get retail like this back in and change retail from this. Whoa, poop coin. It'll take a while. But we are having a little bit of a sell-off right now. I mean, sell-off for down $500. Is it even a sell? I wanted to provide what some legacy analysts, traders would call a bullish moment. This is at the end of every major nothing, when we're developing patterns, we usually see all of them come at the same time. So we have a bull flag, we have a cup and handle. We have a channel of descension. If we really want to get into this, so here's the bull flag. I want to take it off. It's also a channel of descension. Let's just get over. You get the picture of this bull flag. It's giving me hassle already. So we have this bull flag. We have, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's the bull flag, which is also a channel of descension. So if we want to compound the bullishness, we have what legacy analysts call a cup and handle pattern. It's arguably getting a little long in the tooth, one might say. But it's becoming a channel of descension, which generally breaks to the upside. And on top of the channel of descension, it's also the channel itself is the bull flag. And we're on the 4-hour noisy little so-and-so. And we've done this before, but just so we can, stamp, no erases, buy me a Coke, breakout point 92.2. So with the small pattern on the 4-hour chart, means nothing. I mean, if you're getting into, if you are that far on the risk curve where you're trying to trade from 80, where are we, 86 to 92, that's your best kind of point before we'd probably see headwinds right here at 90K because it's a big old psychological number. Then we get headwinds at our channel of dissensions support, now acting as resistance at 91.5 to finally conclude the play out to 92.3. Now, even at that, I would say that we would need some big news. But pianomattyb isn't GameStop buying Bitcoin. Isn't that big news? I'd say it is big news, but it's not big enough because obviously it didn't move the markets. So what are we going to need to see? I don't know. Maybe, do you remember a long time ago, like 3 weeks, you go on Twitter and all you'd see was this state's passing the bill. This state's passing the bill. This state's in level 4 of level 8 passing the bill. And this is now it's moved to Congress. Like there were so many things that, so I don't get how the executive branch in U.S. politics works, but it was always like, I'd read one, it looked like, oh, they're going to pass the bill. It's like, no, it's moving forward to the next, the next meeting. And then, are they going to pass the bill after that? Well, no, then it'll go to another judiciary meeting, and then they'll have a vote on that. Oh, great. So then after they have that vote, then they'll pass the bill. Well, no, then it moves into the Senate, and then the Senate has to have a committee vote on it. Oh, okay. And then they'll pass it. Yeah, well, if the committee votes for it and passes it, then it'll go to the ultimate Supreme Senate. You know what I mean? Different stages of lawyers, yes, Sultan of Salt. That's right. So I don't get it, right? But all of a sudden, it was just like John Travolta. Where did all those posts go? Remember there was like that orange map where it showed all the states going orange? It really was. What is going on here with this fire? Let's get rid of her. That's just to denote how, you're bearish underneath this. Do we, yeah, I guess, hey, we have to explain everything. The reason why there was that red fire there was that it was where would bearish territory. Now, this is the funny thing about charts, right? Which, the longer I do it, I'm just a bill. We got that actually up here in Canada. We also had something about electricity. You got to play it safe around electricity, something like that. So within each pattern, you can be like, this is a very bullish setup here. Not going to lie. It's a cup and handle, bull flag, and a channel of dissension. That's thrice, right? But I mean, overarching is this channel of ascension, which generally breaks bearish, right? So, I mean, when the market's not moving, trying to assess what's going to happen when we're talking about $500, isn't it weird that there's $500 movement in the 2025 bull run? I feel like there was more movement in like the bear market. Like when it was like 18 to 22K, like there was a lot more movement, or maybe it's just all relative. $500 up at 100K is nothing, but maybe $500 down at $2,000 is more. It looks more on the chart. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that, but we don't want to visit 20K again. Up and away. So you can see when the market's not moving like this, although we have some bullish setups, you got to zoom out a bit and then realize, well, this is a bullish setup within a channel of ascension. which generally break bearish. Doesn't mean they have to. Like there's when it comes to astrology for men. Why is that so low? So low. Oh, that's why. Because I have grok here to assess something. That's right. See, I have little plans here. You know, I do make some plans. I'm getting wrapped around the Uno psychological reversal cards of economic data. You know, there was a while there where I was holding on. I knew, oh, that's opposite. That's not bearish. It's actually bullish. Oh, nope. That bullish, that's good news. So it's bad. Right. Good is bad. It's bad news. Oh, wait a second. Bad news is still bad news. Oh, gotcha. But good news is bad news too? Right. Gotcha. Good news, bad news, both the same. Good news is good news? No, it's still bad. And you know, that went on too long. You know what I mean? I got it for a long time, right? And then, you know, you take your eye off the ball, you miss a bunch of economic data, and you're like, oh shit. Is good news or is good news bad news? So, Ava Angel, wow, haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. All Green and pianomattyb OG. Thank you very much. Who wants to blow off top anyway? Where Chadwick says. So this is what I wanted to ask Grok, just so we can get like, I mean, what do we know? We're just a bunch of humans. We don't even have AI brains. So let's see what Grok says here. Are you there, Rex? We're busy. Come back later. How dare you? Don't you know I'm in the middle of a live stream? Let's do this. Let's cancel out. There we go. Come back in. Are you there now, Rex?
Yep, that's me. Just here to help you out this morning. What's on your mind?
Okay, so the U.S. continuing jobless claims rose to 1.856 million. The estimate was 1.89 million, and the previous was 1.881 million. What does it all mean, Rex?
All right, let's break it down. Continuing jobless claims are the number of folks still collecting unemployment benefits after their initial claim. So, it rising to 1.856 million means fewer people are on unemployment than the previous 1.881 million, which is a good sign. Could mean more are finding jobs or running out of benefits. The estimate was 1.89 million, so it came in a bit lower than expected, which might suggest the job market's holding up better than some thought. Still, it's a big number, so it's not all rosy. Could point to some lingering softness in the economy. What do you think about it?
So, is that bullish for Bitcoin? Is that bullish for the economy in general? What does it mean?
Fair questions. For Bitcoin, it's tricky. Lower than expected jobless claims could signal a stronger economy, which might pull folks toward traditional investments like stocks instead of crypto. That's not super bullish for Bitcoin short term, since it often thrives when people lose faith in the system. But if the economy keeps chugging along, some argue it could free up cash for riskier bets like Bitcoin down the road. Long shot though. For the economy overall, yeah, it's mildly bullish. Fewer people on unemployment than expected suggests jobs are sticking or coming back, which is a plus. But 1.856 million is still high historically, so it's not a full-on victory lap. Could mean steady growth, not a boom.
Would you say that right now, that whatever's bullish for the economy is bearish for Bitcoin?
Yeah, you could make that case right now. When the economy looks solid, like with these jobless claims dropping below estimates, it tends to boost confidence in traditional markets. People might pile into stocks or bonds, and Bitcoin can take a back seat since it's often seen as a hedge against economic mess-ups. So, What's good for the economy could siphon off some of Bitcoin's steam, at least short term. Not a hard rule though. Bitcoin's got its own wild streak. You buying that logic? Are you seeing it differently?
Well, while I got you here, Rex, you might as well send out, what do you think that the bull market in 2025 could top at? We want some price predictions from you, Rex.
All right, you're putting me on the spot. I don't have a crystal ball, but let's spitball this. If we're talking a Bitcoin bull market in 2025, it's all about momentum. Say the economy stays decent, but not gangbusters. And we get a halving bump from 2024 still kicking around. I could see Bitcoin pushing past its old highs. Maybe it tops out around 120,000, give or take, if institutional cash keeps flowing and folks chase the hype. Could stretch to 150,000 if things get really frothy. Think FOMO on steroids. But if the economy roars too strong, pulling money elsewhere, or if regulators clamp down, it might cap out lower, like 90,000. Pure guesswork here. Wild swings are Bitcoin's game. What price are you betting on?
Well, I have a prediction of about 254 that was supposed to come in April. So what my next question is, what if the Lumis Bitcoin bill gets instituted by the Trump administration and they continue to buy 1 million Bitcoin over 4 years? Then would that change your price prediction for the 2025 bull market?
Whoa, 254 is a bold call. April's long gone, so I'm guessing you're rethinking that timeline.
No, we're not in April yet.
Oh, my bad. Early morning brain slip. It's not April yet. You're right. So, your 254 call for April 2025 is still in play. Now, if the Lumis Bitcoin bill kicks in and the Trump administration starts buying 1 million Bitcoin over 4 years, that's a game changer. You're talking serious demand, like 250,000 Bitcoin a year if they spread it even. That could jack up scarcity big time, especially post-halving. My 120,000 to 150,000 guess? Toss it. With that kind of government muscle, I'd say 200,000 becomes the floor, and your 254,000 looks a lot more in reach by late 2025. Could even overshoot to 300,000 if it sparks a global buying frenzy. Still depends on how fast they buy and if markets freak out over the Feds hodling that much. You think they'd really pull the trigger on 1 million?
Well, their plan is to hold it for 20 years, but I guess what I'm kind of thinking about is what happens to the game theory with other nation states. Like if America buys 1 million, that means basically every central bank and country and nation state has to buy 2. How far off am I with that?
Yeah, you're onto something with the game theory angle. If the US grabs 1 million Bitcoin and sits on it for 20 years, it's not just a flex, it's a gauntlet thrown down. Other nation states might not need to buy 2 million each to keep up, but they'd sure feel the heat. Think about it. Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million.
Yeah, we know that. But we know that, Rex. So now what is the price prediction if we have nation state game theory on top of the $1 million or the 1 million Bitcoin purchased by the Trump administration?
All right, let's stack it up. With the Trump administration buying 1 million Bitcoin, we're already at that 200,000 to 300,000 range for 2025. Now toss in nation-state game theory, kicking off other countries like China, Russia, or even smaller players, jumping in to grab their slice before it's gone. Say a handful of big ones each snatch 500,000 to 1 million too. You could see another 2 to 3 million Bitcoins sucked up fast. That's 15% of the total supply, locked by governments in a blink. Price? It's not just demand, it's panic.
Rex, Bruce Mai also commented, what about if the states start buying as well? Then what is the price prediction?
All right, let's pile it on. So, we've got the Trump administration with 1 million Bitcoin, nation states jumping in for 2 to 3 million more. And now US states like Texas or Florida start buying too. Say a dozen states each grab 50,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin, that's another 500,000 to 1 million off the table. we're talking 3.5 to 5 million Bitcoin locked up, maybe 25% of the total supply. This isn't just a bull market, it's a feeding frenzy. Price in 2025? I'd say 400,000 to 500,000 easy. Could even spike towards 700,000 if the FOMO hits escape velocity. It'd be chaos. Supply's already thin, and everyone's scrambling.
Make sure you like and subscribe.